mentors without even knowing you are being a mentor to another person? How many of you have been mentees without even knowing you are a mentee? Good evening, Madam Toastmaster of the Day and my dear Toastmasters and guests. I have been a mentor a number of times without even knowing I was a mentor. Taking from my school life to Toastmasters, I have been a mentor. Let me tell you how. For a simple example, one of my friends was recently very down. She was letting herself very down. She was quite upset about her mentality. She was insecure. And I was the only friend she had. So there I am to embolden her, to tell her that she was everything. From that day onwards, she started picking up my brain. Every time she started asking every single advice from me, but sometimes I go out of no advice. By being a mentee, what did I mean? One of our Toastmasters do really help me in my life. It is none other than Toastmaster Prasansa. Every time I go down, she starts coming forward and telling me, Aki, believe in you. You are the best. That words make me uplift myself and do what I do again. So every time I learn that being a teacher sometimes can teach you lessons. When I mentor someone, I go out of no lessons. Then when I get mentored by someone, I know this is what I have to teach another one who is getting mentored by me. Number of times you might have faced the situations, Toastmaster. So just realize whom you are mentoring and whom you are getting mentored by. You might learn from a teacher, and also being a teacher, you might learn something from your students. So never stop learning. Whoever it is, just keep on learning. Over to you for the topic master.
Toastmaster Changa, I have to admit, for your first ever evaluation, you did a brilliant job. That is to say, let me just get on to what I really liked about your speech, your evaluation first and foremost. So at your very start, you started off by congratulating Toastmaster Helene on doing a marvelous job. And that way you actually built up this sense of satisfaction. And she actually did feel like you did make her feel like she did a great job. And you did make her feel like she put in the required work, which was brilliant. Thereafter, you very methodically spoke about what you liked in her structure. So you went on to detail about how you liked her stage segmentation, how she added interest to her topic, then her voice variation. So you commented on a lot of things. But what I found most fascinating about this whole thing was how you actually brought about little facets of her speech that really interested you. That is about the mirror, the scenario with the mirror, and you related it to yourself, no less. That was really nice. Actually showed me that as an evaluator, really good job. And then after your conclusion, and also you asked her to add, then you did talk about what you thought she could have improved in her speech as well. So you spoke about how she could have included a few actual incidents, then how she could, you spoke about that. And then you ended your speech really nicely. You congratulated her once more and you wished her all the best for her future speeches as well. So with that being said, I really think you took your whole evaluation full circle. You had brilliant structure from the good to the improvements and everything in between. It was a job well done. However, I do believe that we could improve on a few areas as well. So what I found was when you were talking about the contents of her speech, you were going on to detail about all of the contents in her speech. You were talking about every single thing you liked. Now, that's okay. But in order to make your speech a bit more concise and make it a lot more effective, we can maybe include only certain parts in her content which really interested you, which you thought really lit up her speech and made it a lot more interesting. You can pick pick out a few. Then hand gestures. You could always use hand gestures in order, even in an evaluation, to make your point even clearer. So with that being said, and also a small tip from my end is, when you're pointing out in a general structure of an evaluation, you can point out maybe 3 plus points and 3 points of improvement, or you can even point out 2 plus points and 3 points of improvement, because that way you can keep up with the time and also make your evaluation a lot more interesting. So for your first attempt, brilliant job on your speech, absolutely brilliant structure. And in order to improve, let's work on picking out a few areas which you really liked and your hand gestures. Well done, and over to you, general evaluator.